Mr. Feingold, thank you so much for joining us on NewsX World with that insight. We move on to our next story. According to Odesa's regional governor, Russia has attacked Ukraine today with a drone strike in Odesa, killing 2 and injuring 15 others. The attack caused widespread fires and severe damage to infrastructure, homes and public facilities. Ukrainian emergency services are working to extinguish the fires and clear the debris. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy urged more pressure on Russia after the Odesa drone strike. He said stronger sanctions could force Moscow to negotiate and help end the war. In response to this, a Russian-installed official, Vladimir Saldo, has accused Ukraine of killing 7 civilians in a drone strike on a market in Oleshki, Kherson region. Over 17 others were injured. Meanwhile, the Kremlin has responded to ongoing peace efforts. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov says President Vladimir Putin is open to peace talks. However, he cautioned against rushing a deal and emphasized the need for a gradual approach. He remains committed to diplomatic negotiations but insists on progress being achieved step by step. In another development, Putin confirmed that a small number of Ukrainian troops remain trapped in Russia's Kursk region. While Russia claims full control, Ukraine denies this, saying some areas are still under its defense. Joining me on the broadcast is Professor Dr. Veselin Popovotsky. Professor Dr. Popovotsky, I want to understand from your perspective the fact that the US and Ukraine have now finally signed the minerals deal. Do you think Trump administration will work harder to convince Russia to end the war?
Absolutely. I think it's an historic deal. It almost signals a new Marshall Plan for Ukraine. It's a long-term deal, and they will invest. It's a global infrastructure and reconstruction investment for many years. It's not only US, but also the global community will invest in that deal, which basically says that United States have material interest in Ukraine. Interestingly, the Ukrainian minister who signed the deal, Yulia Sviridenko, very clearly pointed that a lot of those minerals are in occupied territory by Russia. So under the deal, if Americans want to get their 3 billion actually money back, they can kick out Russia of the occupied territory and explore the minerals there in Donbass. Very interesting development, which also says that no entity, state or person who financed the Russian war machine can benefit from the deal. So it's very much what Ukraine wants, a long-term commitment, including security guarantee, because no investor will go to Ukraine without security guarantee. But also it means military support, and it's also in the deal, more air defense system for Kiev, so that what happened in Odessa today doesn't happen again, with Ukrainian strong anti-aircraft defense system. So I think it's a very good news for Ukraine and absolutely bad news for Russia, which has nothing more to do. It's really, see, those hits on Odessa effectively mean that Russia has very little last desperate chances to gain. They didn't gain anything. By the way, Kursk is a Russian territory. So liberating Kursk after 10 months of fighting, after losing tens of thousands of soldiers, including North Korean soldiers. That's another mystery. Why does Russia recruit North Koreans? Maybe they don't have any more Russians to fight. Of course, they lost 1 million dead and injured Russian soldiers already, and all they have left with is to import North Korean soldiers to fight. So it's really nothing to expect anymore for Putin. And he's really in the corner with this deal between Ukraine and US, but also with totally losing the battlefield in Ukraine. It's a big myth that Russia is winning the battlefield. I don't know who is talking this. They didn't get Pokrovsk, a small town in Donbass, for almost a year. They are trying to gain one little town in Donbass called Pokrovsk, and they couldn't do that.
Absolutely. Dr. Popovsky, thank you so much for joining us on NewsX World with that perspective. Viewers, that's all that we have time for. We will continue to bring more news and updates from around the world